Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Guys, in a war that has already rewritten the Europe's political map and shaken the global order, a new flashpoint has emerged. Russia now claims to have pushed deeper into Ukrainian territory, this time into the central region of Dnipropetrovsk. It's a move that could stretch Ukraine's already thin defenses and signal a new phase of aggression. But it's not just about shifting front lines. Behind the smokescreen of tank divisions and drone strikes, a far more fragile game is unfolding. Failed prisoner exchanges, faltering peace talks in Istanbul, and a US president warning both sides of the consequences of continuing this war. So, today we are unpacking what this new Russian push means, how Ukraine is responding, and why Donald Trump's approach to this war is raising eyebrows around the world. So, guys, I'm Lakhan Tanwani, and this is your full breakdown. Russia's Ministry of Defense made a bold claim on Sunday. Its 90th Tank Division has reached and even crossed into the Dnipropetrovsk region, an area that had until now remained untouched by the direct occupation. The region is more than a symbolic target. It's a central Ukraine strategically located with mining operations and logistical infrastructure that could prove vital for either side. If Moscow claims are true, this would be the first major breach into the heartland from the Eastern Front. But Ukraine is pushing back hard, at least on the narrative front. Viktor, a spokesperson for Ukraine's Cryottia forces, firmly denied any such brief. According to him, the rumors of Russian advances from Pokrovsk and Novopolskia are flat out misinformation. Still, even the possibility is worrying. Peace talks have all stalled, but this incursion is confirmed, it would be a major psychological and tactical blow to Ukrainian defense efforts. Russian troops have already been making slow, grinding progress in Sumy and Donetsk. The town of Pokrovsk, under surge siege for months, could become the next Mariupol. Ukraine's general staff claims to have halted 65 Russian offensive attempts in Pokrovsk just this weekend. But reports from the Institute for Study of War point a picture of near constant pressure in this region, suggesting that while no significant gains were made on Saturday, the momentum is far from over. As of now, Russia holds nearly 20% of the Ukrainian territory. That includes Crimea, Donbass, and other eastern regions. Medvedev, Russia's Security Council deputy chairman, justified the new push by blaming Ukraine's refusal to acknowledge Russia's territorial claims during peace talks. His message was chilling. If Ukraine won't recognize Russia's version of reality at the negotiating table, it will be forced to live with a new reality on the battlefield. This region is surrounded by partially occupied regions, Donetsk, Kherson, and Zaporizhia. Taking it would complete a dangerous land corridor for Russia, but it's no easy targets. Sparsely populated and rugged, Dnipropetrovsk is more difficult to hold and even harder to conquer. The latest Russian claims also come amid diplomatic embarrassment. A planned prisoner exchange over the weekend failed. Moscow accused Kiev of backing out at the last minute, leaving the bodies of hundreds of Ukrainian soldiers leaving refrigerated trucks at the Rezervist point. Ukraine, however, says there was never an agreed date for repatriation, only a confirmed exchange of wounded soldiers. Both sides blame the other, but the optics couldn't be worse. President Zelensky says Russia hasn't even provided full list of the fallen. Over 1,000 names remain unaccounted for. Meanwhile, Ukraine's military intelligence insists the repatriation of bodies is still on schedule for next week, as per the Istanbul agreements. Behind the battlefield noise, the diplomatic channel is cracking. A second round of direct talks in Istanbul wrapped up with no major breakthroughs. Just over an hour of discussion, no ceasefire, no trust, and looming all over this, the shadow of US President Donald Trump, who recently hosted German Chancellor at the White House. Trump has positioned himself as the broker of peace, but his methods are raising eyebrows on both sides of the Atlantic. When asked about the sanctions on Russia, Trump evaded. Instead, he compared the war to fight between the two children. Sometimes you try to pull them apart, but they don't want to be pulled, he said. Sometimes you are better off letting them fight a little longer before stepping in. So, guys, he made it clear, not afraid of use economic pressure, but in a twist, he suggested that even Ukraine could face new sanctions if the war doesn't end. Will be very, very tough, Trump said, and it could be on the both countries. To critics, that's not diplomacy, it's a dangerous balancing act. To his supporters, it's a classic Trump, unpredictable, tough, and calculated. But what's certain is that neither Russia nor Ukraine seems ready to stop fighting. And while drones explode in Kharkiv and artillery thunders near Sumy, the only thing being exchanged successfully between both sides is the blame. Meanwhile, Ukraine has stepped up its countermeasures. Last week, a drone strike deep inside Russian territory destroyed several aircraft, and a daring underwater explosive attacks damaged the bridge connecting mainland Russia to occupied Crimea, a major logistical route for Russian forces. Gives message you may push into Dnipropetrovsk, but we are not going quietly. Still, Russian tanks inch forward and ceasefire proposals shrink to 2 day windows. The message from Moscow is growing louder. If Ukraine won't give up land at the table, it will be forced to lose it in the mud. So, guys, where does this leave us all? With Russian forces claiming new gains, Ukraine fiercely denying them, and peace negotiations spiraling into diplomatic theater, the war looks less like a conflict nearing resolution and more like one entering into a new, more chaotic phase. The world watches as it becomes the latest name on a long list of battlegrounds, while the fate of prisoners, soldiers, and civilians hangs in the balance. This is Lakhan Tanwani, guys. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will be tracking every move from the front lines to the negotiating tables. Stay tuned, stay sharp, and stay informed. And I will see you in the next video.